nos cantaba. Cuando el día amaneció, será porque tú llegabas y la plaza se alegró.
So this is, I guess we can say, the beginning already of starting to do some of the breaking down for the move. It's not something huge, but we started, as you saw, you know, right there in the beginning of the video, where Ambrose is taking the rubber edging off the little garden path back here in this little secret garden, what I love to call it. And yeah, I can't believe we're doing this. We don't need that anymore, so we're just, you know, little by little removing things. But what I'm so happy about right now, I was digging out the peppers grass that I left last year. The variety of it, I think it's little baby tut, if I'm correct. It is, right? I'm looking at Ambrose.
Yep.
Baby tut, which is it's one of the small size ones from the proven winners varieties of peppers grass. And this grass is hardy zones 10 through 11. We're a 7B. Sometimes we can get away with things here by mulching, and if we don't have a very cold winter, but we've had quite a bit of a cold winter, so it did get cold on us. They didn't make it, but I'm gonna go ahead and kneel down and show you what I'm so happy about. So the reason I put peppers grass here is because peppers grass can grow, and it can be used as a pond plant, okay? And this is what's, you know, left of it, of this guy right here. It's called baby tut, but guys, it got real big, and if I can find some photos, I'll show them to you. It grew a good size. What I love about it, though, is the reason I put it here is because we actually grow it on a pond right here, a little small pond we have. And it's sitting in there in a basket with rocks, you know, its roots hitting the water. It does wonderful. So I decided to put this guy here because it can suck up, serve as a sponge, suck up all the excess water from this area that when we moved, it was very soggy. With time, we've worked on the soil, we've amended, and last year, we found out that we didn't have a problem anymore, which we used to dig in, and we used to find literally water under here when we would make holes. And if you can see, there is no water anymore. The soil is just, I love the way it feels. There is no, I'm actually going deeper, and it feels good. Look at that. So it's draining well here now, and I'm so happy about it. I've been able to plant other things here too. So that's why I'm so happy about this. We do have 2 peppers grass. And, you know, last year I was like, I like the style. I love the way peppers looks. And I wanted to look very, I don't know, that secret garden look with foliage everywhere. So that's why we planted them here. And we were able to plant caladiums in here last year as well, and they took, so that's how I knew that the soil was perfect now. We used to have a large pool right here in the beginning when we moved in, slip and sliding. It was very dangerous. That's why Ambrose built this rock, this little bed right here in the back. So, you know, that helped as well for when it rained, for it not to pool in here too. But he's done a number of things here, we both have, and it's worked out. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that one right there, the second one, and then we'll go ahead and move to another plant. That way I can talk to you why I have these baskets planted in here. For those of you that haven't followed us and know why we have baskets there. Let me just go ahead and remove this one. I'll talk while I'm taking this guy out. So if you can tell, somebody tried to ruin my hosta right here. Ambrose by accident stepped on it the other day that we were doing a video. Yeah, and the poor hosta took it. Thank goodness he didn't break it all. But got to be careful because what I was talking to y'all about, the hostas are actually planted inside baskets. So same thing here. I already knew it. If it was going to, come back, it would have done it. We would have seen some green already. Just toss it right here. I'll go ahead and get a bucket and throw it out. But yeah, the soil is looking great. There is not a pool of water underneath. Everything's perfect. And now I want to talk about, that's what I was being careful right now. I was taking that out, that other peppers, that I wasn't going to hit the baskets. So we have the hostas planted in baskets for a reason. Like I was saying, when we first got here, it was very soggy. There was a lot of water underneath, and I didn't know if plants were going to make it or not. Like, hosta can take moist areas, but it still needs to be able to drain well. Plants can surprise you, though. They actually made it. We put them in the baskets just for some extra protection. I had seen this on, I think, an English channel, and I cannot remember the English channel I saw it in. It was a YouTube channel, and somebody had spoken about planting in these plastic baskets and layering them with some rocks underneath, and then with the potting soil for drainage. It would still stay moist, but it would drain, and they actually planted hostas in an area where it was a very bog area. And they actually made it. So I was like, oh, we're going to try it here. Of course, they used bigger baskets. I didn't use bigger baskets because I knew we were going to get out of here, in a few years. We would just be taking them out and later on replanting them. So let me show you why some are empty. This one right here, we have a new pup. He's not a pup anymore. He's actually, 2 already? This year, he'll be 2 years old. He messed with it. He messed with it and messed with it until the poor hosta couldn't take it no more. And then this one, just one winter, it just didn't come back. I can't remember the names. That one is Diamond Lake. And I think that's what we had here, Diamond Lake. And this one, Ambrose has just told me that we had another one. What was it?
I don't remember the name.
Oh, Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast. Yep.
Coast to Coast. So we had, we're starting to become
Hosta people?
Yes, it's I don't know, it's just an addiction. Can't even say it. It's just an addiction. I love them. Now I pay attention to hostas everywhere, the leaf and the foliage and all that. But yeah, so I have one back there. Bad idea. I don't even know why we put it back there. It's a Diamond Lake.
Diamond Lake.
My goodness, such a bad idea to put it back there. And then we have that I'm actually going to bring out right now. And then we have another one back here. I don't know the name of that one. I know it's glass.
That one's Autumn Frost.
Autumn Frost. I think there's one called glass something out there.
Edge glass and Autumn Frost.
There you go. Yeah, but it's not doing so well back there. So I'm going to take that out. And let's see if I can fit it in that basket, or maybe I'm just going to have to repot it. Let's do that. I'm laughing at you.
Why?
You're blaming me for breaking hydrangeas.
You broke it.
And then he's over here trying to propagate them.
I just stuck it right there. She broke it.
Like, we need more right now. Like, don't do that to me. I don't need to be propagating at the moment. Okay. See how I squeeze myself in here? And get to it. You guys are not going to be able to see this back here. Oh. It's okay. I love this because I get to smell these beautiful... Oh, the blooms are still... They smell so good, like lemon right now from the elderberry.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I forget, we have... what are those called? The crescent ferns?
Oh,
Japanese.
Yes. I forgot those are in there. Crescent surf
I'll let
ferns.
Amber show you that as I'm over here digging this out.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick. Sorry about the humming. The AC came on and we can't exactly turn it off while the kids are... Oh, it's probably dark here on the camera, but I'm trying to find these... there you go. You can see that. That's the Japanese crescent surf fern. Beautiful ferns.
Mm-hmm. They're beautiful.
Unfortunately, they're not getting any more light, so they're really not growing. But you saw some Brunera in there. The crescent surf fern. I think there's even a... what is that other one called?
Which one?
The flowering one. The one like this one here. I forget the name.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was saying it right now so much. We have it actually there because it loves to grow in the water. It loves areas that are super moist.
Yeah. We'll remember.
It'll come to me right now, guys. It flowers in spring. And that one was pink. I can't remember the name. Well, this one over here, the Hosta's coming out.
All right, so Angie's gonna get that Hosta out. I'm gonna show you the one that I'm gonna take out here in a minute. Look at that little tiny teeny one. That's the one that I was saying it's autumn frost. I gotta take that one out as well because it's not. Even though these right here, the wee Hostas are growing super huge, that one for some reason is just not growing as big. You can see it right back there in between there. It's growing very small, so we're gonna go ahead and take that guy out and put it in one of those baskets or another container as well.
And yay, we got it out.
There you
So
go.
now, look at that. So, Hostas are not really that deep rooted. So I think I'm gonna try to bring out that basket. The roots don't look that big. What do you think?
No,
It's just gonna be in that small basket for a little bit until we get out of here.
And the biotone will definitely help it so it doesn't go into shock.
Well, remember, because of the move, I don't want to have big old containers right now. So what I'm gonna do is, let's go ahead and go where the basket is at, bring it out, probably clean it out, soil, refresh it.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
A Stilby. I remember the name.
You're funny. He's like screaming it out. Stilby.
Yeah, there's a Stilby back there that's not growing because it's in the shade.
Yeah.
And then we have another little Stilby that I'll show you right here down below.
We had more.
Not growing. Too much shade back here.
No, they grew, but we have.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, this one did grow. It's just we have a Charlie and a Lady. And Charlie is a German Shepherd and Lady is an American Bulldog.
Don't blame it on my lady, though.
Get about 90 pounds apiece. So I'm going to blame it on both of them.
She's a gentle giant, my lady, though.
So we're going to continue on with what Angie's doing here. She's going to take those baskets out and see if we can fit those Hostas in there, because that's going to be a lot more beneficial to do than to put them in containers, because like she said, we don't want to be traveling with a whole bunch of containers. And it's going to be a lot easier just to have some square baskets to maybe stack or you know, put in a better orderly fashion when we get it in a truck or the trailer or whatever we're going to use to move this stuff. So I'm going to pull out that other Hosta. Angie's going to do this here with the basket, and then we'll continue with the rest of this video. All right, so I'm going to get this Hosta out, but first I'm going to move the hummingbird feeder. And I'll put this right back in there. I just don't want to hit it with the tools here. But this guy was bigger. So I'm assuming the roots are still the size of when I actually put it in there and it grew. So I'm going to kind of go around it a little bit before I start disturbing it. If it has a good root system, I don't want to bother it too much.
Can't find my transplanter, but I don't think we need it. Do we? No.
No.
So that probably didn't make it because there's not enough light back there. Not sure. What do you think?
Nope. Probably not. Oh man, I just destroyed my my fern.
That's going to be one of the things as we're bringing this garden down.
Tetris.
Yeah, we're going to have to be careful. And some plants are just, poor things, they're going to get disturbed. They're going to get, you know, some of the leaves are going to get damaged. There we go. Maybe you did need the transplanter. I'm at fault. We should have had a second one. I always leave everything everywhere, all the tools, because I'm always coming in and out. There we go.
Yeah, as you can see, it has a good set of roots, actually. Not bad at all. Look at that. So I'm hoping we can put this guy in a smaller container and it'll take off and do a lot better. Looks like there was some die-off, honestly. And that's why those rhizomes didn't pop up the way it's...
Does it look healthy?
It looks healthy. The roots look super healthy. Look at that.
Okay. Hopefully it won't get damaged.
Yeah,
you know, like too sad and we lose it.
Yeah, it just had some very tiny shoots coming out of it.
We'll put some biotone on there. So I think we might have this Hosta trying to come back. But we have our Charlie that keeps on stepping over and over it. We have that other basket over there, which that has nothing in it for sure anymore. So I might just do that one instead. let's pull this one out. Fill up this hole right here. That's why I love to wear my garden boots out here, because I don't care if I get dirty. Use them for everything. Okay, let's move this stuff out of the way. Am I gonna be able to pull it out? Probably not. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, so got it out. It was in there nice and tight. Some roots. Not sure if it's from the hosta, because we had other things growing here all these 3 years. So I don't have rocks, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a mulch, and then I'll go ahead and pop it in here. That way I can just sit it in there, not deep. So let's go ahead, grab some mulch and some potting soil. Got some of that mulch in here, like chunky, natural mulch. I'm gonna use some of the, I like to use the spoma potting soil. It stays nice and moist, but it drains really well. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then we'll go ahead and put some biotone in there so they can help the roots give strength so they can start growing again. So on the side I have hollytone. The reason I put it there is so I can remind myself to tell you that we do fertilize our hostas early in the spring. As soon as they start to break dormancy, we start to see them spike out. We give them some hollytone, fertilize them, and then we go ahead and once every 3 weeks, a month, we go ahead and give them a little bit more of hollytone. They flower. We like to see them flower, the hostas. I love the way they look when they flower, and it invites the pollinators in here, especially the hummingbirds. Okay, let's go ahead and mix this in. So maybe I should have started by telling you guys when is a good time to transplant your hostas. When they break dormancy, when you first start to see their shoots coming out of the ground, that's a great time to go ahead and transplant them. If you want to split them up, which that's amazing with hostas as they get big, you can go ahead and start doing that probably on their 3rd year. You know, it's a good time. Let me see. Not sure if I have too much in there. So if y'all guys are just tuning in and found us and wondering, why is she putting them back in there in this little, basket? We're moving. So I want to have them, in something that I can take them really easily in. That's the reason why I'm doing this right now, while we're transplanting them. And I'm going to need a little bit more right now. We'll go ahead and get it. But that's the reason I'm leaving them in there, and I'm going to sit it back in there. Then Ambrose will go ahead and grab the other one, and he'll show you how he's potting it up. We'll get a pot right now. So I'm going to get a little bit more soil for here, potting soil. Okay, so make sure that it's in there right. I was not planting it deep enough, so it's flopping everywhere. Just packing it up good. I like to use my hands. I know, all these tools, and then I end up just using my hands at the end of it. All dirty. Okay, hopefully that's centered enough. And I don't care for it to be all the way in there anymore. As I said, we're gonna move. So I'm just gonna do this. I had put soil in there already too, from the same soil from the native soil. If you don't want it to be shown, you can cover it up more. We usually mulch and it doesn't show. But like I said, we're moving, so I don't care for it to look so perfect, to disappear, for the basket to disappear. So Ambrose is gonna go ahead and get this baby planted.
All right, so Angie just transplanted one of the hostas into the ground over there in a basket. Now, I was gonna do this with the one that I took out, but being that it's fairly small, the root system is actually great. And I did a little bit of research, and I think what happened was it's not getting enough water because it's in that back area of that raised bed. That water mainly goes down. That's why I have that wall there as a raised bed. It's a retaining wall to try to retain some of that water, but that back area, it's super dry. You can even tell when I was digging in there. It's very dry. The soil is very crackly, so you can tell it's not getting enough water. And I think that's basically what happened with this one. I figured maybe a disease, but I don't see any signs of any disease. There's a little bit of leaf damage here, but I think that's more from the sun because there is some sun in that area. And being that it's so small, it's gonna get damaged fairly quickly. So what we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in a terracotta pot. I'm not gonna use any mulching here because terracotta is very porous. So we're just gonna use this instead. That way it doesn't sit in water and whatever the case is, we don't drown out a baby hosta. So we're putting this one, like I said, in a container. We're not gonna put it in the ground because again, it's a very small hosta. You can see, we're gonna use some biotone to hopefully activate these roots and help them absorb as many nutrients as water as possible. So maybe this hosta will bounce back. Maybe it won't bounce back this year, but maybe it'll be salvageable for next year. And we'll be able to tell come next spring when you start to see those shoots coming up. If they start coming up, that means it's gonna be a healthy hosta and it'll come back up. And if it doesn't, then that means then we lost it, or maybe it just comes up like this again and we may just have to consider getting rid of it. But that's what we're gonna do here. All right, so we got it in here, got our biotone in here. Hopefully this hosta does a little bit better. Like I said, if it doesn't do well this year, the rest of this year, we'll find out next spring when it comes up and, you know, may consider getting rid of it. But while Angie's over there watering the hostas she transplanted, I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy over there so he can get some water as well.
Hear that? It's the time of day when the birds go wild.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear them? They're calming down now. Okay, so we've been like, this seems like a very, very long video to us because we've actually been coming in and out as we're doing that. So I went to see myself in the mirror right now and I was like, whoa. My hair's like everywhere.
Yeah, we've been out here for a while. Yeah,
it's a Sunday today. So I want to go ahead and cut that. We're going to go ahead and close out the video and mulch. But I wanted to, I'm not sure if they can see me here. Can they?
Yeah.
I'm going to cut the hosta Ambrose tried to murder.
I accidentally stepped on it.
I'm cutting the pieces, not the whole hosta. I'm cutting the pieces that snapped off, that are just like very loosely hanging there.
So while Angie's doing that, I have the pathway rocks here that we're gonna raise up a little bit and put a little bit of soil in there so they're a little bit more raised up before we put down some more soil and mulch.
That's it. Yeah, and with hostas, any plant really, like, you know, rule, always clean your pruners, your tools, the pot. I don't know if you explained to them too.
No, I didn't.
Wash up pots really good, sanitize everything. We do them, we use bleach to clean all our things. Yeah. Always remember to do that.
Yeah, alcohol and pruners, bleach on the pots, stuff like that. So
I'm gonna remove this and I'll leave you to that, and then we'll start putting, like you said, what, soil?
Yep. All right.
So just tell me what?
Yeah,
Closing it out?
Yeah, we're basically gonna close out the video. Like I said, we're just gonna pull these up, put some soil underneath, raise them up a little bit, then we'll throw some mulch down. So
this little baby one right here, hosta, that looks like it wants to come back, I'm going to put something over it. I have this little tiny pot that has like a clear, clear plastic on top. It'll still receive light and keep my dogs from walking around on top of it.
So,
all right, yeah.
All right, so that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll close this out with filling in with some mulch, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.